In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the engine oil on this Dodge Ram 2500 with the 5.7 liter HEMI engine. Let's get started. Now under the truck, you'll notice your engine oil pan right in the center. This is a 13mm drain plug. Put a socket or a wrench on it, break it free, and remove it the rest of the way. Have a drain pan ready, of course, to catch all of the old oil. And when you remove it, keep pressure on it so that when it's on the last thread, you can control when the oil starts flowing out as opposed to it shooting out and making a mess. We'll let this drain. It's been a few minutes and it's down to a drip, so let's cap it off. I'm going to give this a quick wipe before I bottom out that drain plug so I can wipe in between where that washer goes. Snug it up, and once it's snug, let's torque it to 25 foot-pounds. Looking from the front of the truck underneath, you'll see the oil filter located on the passenger side of the vehicle. When removing this, have a drain pan ready as well because it will leak oil. Usually you'll be able to get this loose by hand. It shouldn't be extremely tight. Just let this drain into your collection bucket and remove it. Inspect the mounting area and make sure the old seal did not stick to the oil filter housing. If it did, remove it because you cannot double gasket those, it will leak. With a clean rag, wipe everything off so that you can properly inspect it. It all looks in great shape. This is going to keep leaking until we put a new filter on, so I'm just going to leave my drain pan there. Optional, but I prefer to do this just so the oil filter doesn't start out completely empty. I like to fill my filter almost all the way on the first fill here. Now it will soak in, so the level will go down, but this is all I'm going to give it. The rest can be pushed in by the engine, but this way it doesn't start out completely dry. I am using 5W20 engine oil, by the way. That's what this engine takes. I'm also going to take a little bit of the clean oil and lubricate this O-ring gasket here so that it doesn't stick in the future. Once you're ready to put this on, take your new oil filter and slide it on to the oil filter housing. There we go. Once you find the threads, it should easily thread on. If it's difficult to thread on, that means it's cross-threading, so stop, back it out, and double check what you're doing. At this point, it's bottomed out, the gasket touched, or the O-ring. I'm going to go half a turn. Tight by hand is all you want. You do not need to tighten it down a lot. I'm going to take a rag and just wipe off any residual oil that is here so that it doesn't continue dripping. Under the hood, you'll notice that on the driver's side of the engine, you have your engine oil dipstick and your engine oil filler cap. Turn the filler cap counterclockwise and remove it. There we go. On it, you'll see that it says 5W20 engine oil. Once again, that's what we're going to use. This particular vehicle, because it's the 5.7 liter HEMI, takes 7 quarts of oil, including what we put in the filter. So if you do not pre-fill the filter, put exactly 7 quarts in. If you pre-fill the filter, put the rest of your 7 quarts in. And a tip, if you're using these small bottles, tip it backwards. That will allow the oil to flow much easier and much smoother, as opposed to if it was with the opening down. All right, I'm on my last quart of oil. I'll let this drain, and then we're done. I will check it, but 7 quarts is exactly what it takes. Once you're done, put the filler cap back on, snug it up, and let's check the engine oil level. Now the engine has not ran yet, so it might show slightly over full. Remove the engine oil dipstick and wipe it off as you remove it. Before I dip this back in, you can see some hash marks here. This is where you want the oil level to be. If it's below them, towards the minimum line, you need to add more. If it's above, you have overfilled the engine, but if you added 7 quarts, it should be spot on. Having said that, let's double check it. Dip it back down all the way, pull it back up. Don't wipe it this time because we need to take the reading of it. And it's hard to see, but the level is right about where it needs to be. It's slightly above the full mark, but that's because the engine hasn't ran yet, so all of the oil is in the oil pan. So this is normal. Once again, 7 quarts of 5W20. At this point, run the vehicle, make sure everything is good, double check for leaks, there shouldn't be any, and take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.